Good evening, everyone. You're watching the Just Keep Up podcast. I'm your host, Kurt Johnson. This is co-host Pete Zindros. We're excited to be back to you guys on Friday. Today, we are going to be discussing football for the first half and then basketball for the second half of the show. It's going to be a quick show, guys, because we're going to head on over to Rumble around 10:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you guys can meet us over there. We got a big show for you guys. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. Our feature story today is going to be Drake Maye. The Patriots, the New England Patriots, is deciding to go with Drake Maye as their starting quarterback from here on out. So that'll be our featured story, guys. And then we're going to go into our NBA predictions as far as, finals, MVPs, rookies of the years, like all that stuff. Yeah, guys. So big show, lots to talk about, lots to get into. I'm going to remind you guys, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Help us to reach and to impact as many people as possible. I'm going to turn it over to you, bro, if you have anything before we get started with the show.
No, I'm all good.
All right. Yeah, guys. So our feature story today is like I talked about, Drake Maye. We're going to tackle that first. He is the new starting quarterback for the New England Patriots, bro. They're 1-4. They won their first game. They lost four straight. So now they're going with Drake Maye as their starting quarterback. So what are your thoughts on that? That's your favorite team, bro?
Well, in the NFL, even if your goal is to lose, it's never really to lose. Obviously, the Patriots are tanking right now, but they have not been winning games, and they don't. Even if the goal is to lose, you don't really want to lose games. You at least want to try and look like a respectful team, try and be competitive, all that, because it's never like a good look for the players to just say, okay, let's go out there and let's suck. Nobody thinks that way. The fact that they're 1-4, yeah, obviously there needs to be like a change made, and they're just looking at Drake Maye like, okay, we gave all of training camp, we gave him 5 weeks into the regular season to kind of like sit back and like adjust to the NFL level a bit. I'm sure he's learned a few things. He seems like a really good, young, talented quarterback. I love the pick personally when we got him. That's exactly who I wanted out of this draft, other than Caleb Williams. But yeah, he's about to get his chance. Worst comes to worst, if he's struggling, you don't want to ruin that development. You could just pull him out and put Jacoby Brissett back in. But for now, I don't view it as the worst decision. So yeah, I expect him to go out there. I don't expect him to look like a star yet. I expect him to look decent, though. He has pretty good arm talent. I think he'll be better than Brissett personally. And yeah, we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah. Okay. So, I pretty much disagree with that entire take, pretty much. I think that this is a terrible decision. The reason why you didn't start him in week one wasn't to give him extra time. It wasn't because they thought that he wasn't ready. It was because the team stunk. So if your reason for not starting Drake Maye week one was because the team sucked, and you're 1-4 and the team sucks, what made you say, oh, let's start Drake Maye? Like, what changed? Nothing changed. So this tells me two things. One, the Patriots don't know what the hell they're doing. You can't make an argument in the beginning of the year and say, we're not going to start him because we're not a good team. You then go throughout the season and you were right, you're not a good team, and then you say, you know what, we're going to start him. So they don't know what they're doing. Another thing is, this is how you kill a good quarterback's confidence, and this is how you kill a good quarterback's future. The best case scenario, he can come out maybe like a Sam Darnold or maybe like a Baker Mayfield, but he is not going to do good. There is no indication. Their offensive line stinks. He has no real weapons. The coach is a rookie coach. Like, this is not going to be good. Nothing good is going to come out of this besides Drake Maye getting beat up, besides him doubting himself on his talent. This is not a good team. They're just not a good team. And so this is not a good idea to put him out there. I agreed with the fact that have him sit on the bench, have him learn throughout the year, and then bring him in next year when you have talent. Nothing's changed, bro. They're a bad team. They haven't won in a month. They're probably gonna win 4 games max all year. This is a terrible move. Nothing good is gonna come out of this besides Drake May getting beat up and his confidence to be shattered. And I get what you're saying is teams say they want to tank, but not really. But in terms of the Patriots, I mean, whether you start Drake May or not, you're not going to get anything out of this, bro. This team is just not good. And so nothing good is going to come out of this besides negativity. You should continue to sit him, continue to have him go through the routine, go through the reps. I mean, he's already getting 30 to 40% of the reps anyways, which is good. Continuing for him to do that the rest of the year, learn how things are, and then next year have him start when you have a better roster. So this is a L all the way around, in my opinion. And I just hope that Drake May can survive this year. Like, that's what it's going to be, honestly. It's just him surviving. Nothing good is going to come out of this season. So that's my take on that. I mean, I hate to be black-pilled, guys. I hate to give like a total black pill on it. But yeah, I don't see anything good that's going to come out of this.
The reason why I said they're doing is because, even if the goal is to suck, you don't really want to suck. So the fact that they're 1-4 and the offense isn't doing anything, any team actually trying to win games is gonna make a change at quarterback. And even though the Patriots want to lose, they really don't. So now they're making that quarterback change, I feel like.
Right, but if that was the case, they would have went with Drake May in the start of the season. If they're like, hey, we want to lose, but not really. Let's give ourselves the best chance to win. We're still going to lose anyways, but let's give ourselves the best chance to win.
Realistically, bro, do you think Drake May really isn't a better quarterback than Jacoby Brissett? Let's be honest. Like, they knew he was better, bro. Like, the whole point of them playing Jacoby in the first place was to tank, technically.
Yeah, that's what my whole point is, bro. My point is precisely that, is if you knew that this was the goal all along, like you're trying to say they want to suck, but not really. If they wanted to suck, but not really, then they should have went with Drake May because you're going to suck anyways. So, like, bro, like, this is dumb just not knowing what the hell they're doing as a franchise. I mean, the reason why you didn't start Drake May in the beginning was because you said you wanted to suck. You're now sucking, and so what's the reason? What's the purpose of bringing him in as a starter week 5? I don't get it. I don't understand it. And no one's blaming this on Jacoby Brissett. No one's saying, hey, we want to be terrible, but not this bad. Let's make a change. No, you knew you were going to be this bad. It's not Jacoby Brissett. It's the offensive line, which is the biggest thing. They have no receivers that can create separation. Their head coach he seems to be more defensive oriented. He has no niche of offense. So this is not going to go well no matter how you slice it. So in my opinion, this is an L move on the Patriots. I know the Patriots are your team, bro, but I got to give them an L. I got to give them an L, bro. So, only thing good that might come out of it is, he'll get some game reps, but, bro, at the expense of what? His confidence and potentially, his demeanor and his teammates' belief in him, etc., the media's perception of him. I don't think it's worth it, personally.
We'll see how it goes, but yeah, like I said, I think they're just doing the change mainly because even though their goal was to suck, they're like, yeah, we didn't want to be this terrible. So let's just put the better quarterback out there, get him some game reps. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, but worst comes to worst, so it's his rookie year. I don't think his confidence will really get tarnished off of a little bad run. I'm sure even he doesn't expect himself to do anything too crazy. Year 1, bro. Bro, most guys come off the bench year 1 and sometimes even year 2.
So you think this is going to end up being a positive? So do you think there's more to gain from him starting, or there's more to gain from him sitting?
Really, if we started him from the jump, from week 1, I would say that was a negative. You never want to really throw your rookie out there from week 1 unless he's a generational project, how they're expecting Caleb Williams to be. But since he got 5 weeks in and they don't want to look this bad, I don't view it as the worst thing. I don't think there's gonna be much bad coming out of this.
So you think there's gonna be more good coming out of it?
Overall, yeah, he's gonna get more game reps, and Yeah, regardless, even if he does struggle a little, I don't think it'll really like kill his confidence just off of like a little run that he went on for his rookie season.
Well, you got to remember, bro, these guys are very young and, social media could get to them. Like, for example, Sauce Gardner had to delete his social media because he said it was just too much negativity on there. Mind you, he's universally recognized as one of the best corners in football. And he said he had to delete social media because of the negativity. So imagine a rookie quarterback who is younger, who doesn't have the experience, and whose team is probably going to do worse. So that takes a toll on people. We're in the social media age where everything is going to affect them, bro. And then on top of it, it's your teammates, bro. Like, can you imagine some teammates saying like, bro, I mean, we were at least doing a little better than Brissett, or if he gets banged up, or like it could be a bunch of different things that it's just like, to me, it's not worth the risk. What are the game reps for? He has no one to throw it to. He can't stay protected. What are going to be the reps? He's going to get clobbered 5 times a game, and like, bro, what is going to be the reps? I'd rather wait. It's because there's a difference between reps, and there's a difference between that and valuable reps. Like valuable reps, if Aaron Rodgers misses a game back a couple years ago, Jordan Love would come in a game against the Eagles, for example. That's a valuable rep. It was a close game. You get some experience, or the game against the Chiefs that Aaron Rodgers missed. You get experience, you get reps. That's different from throwing a guy out there that you're going to suck, who the offensive line can't protect them. You have no receivers to throw the football to. Like, these aren't going to be valuable reps. He's just going to get destroyed. And so, then people are going to say, well, you see, like, this guy's not the guy. Like, I don't know. I hate to be black-pilled again, but I just don't see anything that's going to be a positive from this at all. Like, I think it's more positive for him and the narrative in general. Like, no, bro, they got a generational talent sitting, getting experience. Next year, they're going to be way better. He got a year to sit and, evaluate everything, evaluate the situation, and they're going to come back with better talent next year. I think that's a more positive situation to be in long term than what they're putting themselves through now.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I get what you're trying to get at, but I will say this. If Sauce Gardner is arguably the best corner in the league, and I mean, if he had to delete social media, then he's obviously very soft as a person. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Drake May is gonna get affected like that too. I mean, maybe he is that type of guy. We don't know that. We don't know how he is personally, but I don't think, just because Sauce Gardner felt that way, it means Drake May automatically is. I mean, we'll see though. We'll see. I don't think it's gonna be anything too harsh on him though. Overall, like off of the experiment, regardless of how long it'll last this year.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? Maybe it ends up really good, and we finished the year strong. Maybe they're around the 7-8 win mark, and they're like, yeah, Drake May is like, he really is that guy. Who knows?
Maybe. We'll see, bro. But I just don't I don't see it, bro, but we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna move on. So now we're gonna talk about the Seahawks and Niners. So the Niners beat the Seahawks 36-24. What's your take on that game?
I mean, exactly what the score said. I expected the 49ers to just go out there and win. They're the better football team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Christian McCaffrey's coming back pretty soon, so good for them. The Seahawks, mid, like always, nothing special. They got some guys on offense, bad defense overall. Yeah, I got nothing more to say.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Pretty much the same. Pretty much the same exact thing you said.
Yeah, the
much.
score basically showed everything.
Yeah, I mean, you expect the Niners to turn around and play good football. They're well coached. So we didn't expect them to struggle for too long, and then they're getting their guys back, so they'll be good. And like you said, the Hawks are, they're mediocre. They're a playoff fringe. They're frisky. They're feisty for sure. They made it interesting a little bit towards the end, but they'll be right there. They'll have a chance to make the postseason. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the second half of our show. We're gonna quickly run through our NBA season predictions. During a couple episodes ago, you mentioned yours, but we're just gonna toss mine in there as well. So we're gonna kind of go back and forth on that. So just remind the people quickly your finals predictions and your winner of the NBA finals.
Okay. My finals prediction is Thunder and Knicks, and I got the Thunder winning it. I already said this last week, so If you haven't checked that episode out, it's called The Pete Show. Go check it out right after this. Okay, what's yours?
Cool. Yeah. So my finals predictions are gonna be the greatest rivalry in NBA history.
The Lakers and the Celtics?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Lakers Celtics.
Okay. Can you give me your reasoning why you think those two teams will make it?
Yeah. So I think the Lakers are going to make it for a couple reasons. One, even if you watch their preseason games, let's even forget like the preseason. Even if we go back to the last 2 years, it was kind of universal that if they didn't run into one team, they probably would have been in the finals. So the Lakers aren't that far off as like most people try to make it seem. It was kind of universal that the first year they got to the Western Conference Finals, they ran into Denver. The second year they ran into Denver in the first round, and everyone was kind of saying like, "Yo, if they didn't run into Denver, they probably would have made it to the finals, right?" So I think this is the year that they make it to the finals. Denver's not as good; they took a step back, and then also to that, the Lakers have a way better coach. They're actually scheming things up. They're actually drawing up plays. It's beautiful to see. And then what better story for LeBron to make it to the NBA Finals with his son against the greatest, your greatest rivalry of all time. So it's a little bit of storyline, a little bit of wish fulfillment thinking here, but that would be nice, and I think it's possible that this could happen.
Okay.
And then the Celtics, I still think they're the best team out east. I think I have a conference finals between the Celtics and the Knicks, but I think the Celtics' size plays a factor. Their defense is going to play a factor. They're similarly constructed now that the Knicks got Cat. You got a stretch five that could stretch the floor, and you have guys who could play defense. OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges. The Celtics, they have obviously Tatum, Brown, Derek White. So they're kind of equally constructed, but I do think the Celtics' size is going to play a factor. And so I have the Celtics making the finals. And then who do I have winning that? I actually have the Lakers beating the Celtics and being the 2024-2025 NBA champions, Los Angeles Lakers. So those are my champions. So who do you have? Remind the people who you picked for MVP.
I didn't make that announcement yet. I just gave my finals. Yeah, but
what's your MVP?
My MVP this year is Luka Doncic. I think it's only a matter of time till he gets. I mean, the stats are there for him every year. Personally, I thought he should have won even last year. He averaged 34, 9, and 9 and was the 5th seed, but they said, nah, we're gonna give it to Jokic. He was the 2nd seed. I mean, let me give a little breakdown on what I think an MVP should be. If you're statistically the best player in the league and you make it to the playoffs, even as an A seed, in my opinion, that's the MVP right there.
So Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, his MVP season.
Okay.
Basically, yeah. Like, straight up, bro. Like, if you're statistically the best player and you're in the playoffs, you deserve MVP. Like, obviously, you can't give it to somebody that's out of the playoffs because they could consider it stat padding. Because you're just putting up the stats and a bunch of L's and your team got nowhere. But if you're in the playoffs, you did enough to get them there. So clearly your stats impacted winning games. So that's what an MVP should be, in my opinion. Last season, it was clearly Luka Doncic. I mean, 34, 99, best overall statistically. They were the 5th seed. It's not even like they were like the 6th, 7th, or 8th either. They were literally 5th, but they just gave it to Jokic just because he was 2nd, which I found ridiculous in my opinion.
Okay, yeah. So my criteria for an MVP is not that. I think only because if you have a guy with similar stats, but the guy with the 8th seed has a little bit better stats, but you're comparing it to the guy that got the 1 seed that had slightly lower stats, but it's a 1 seed, you got to give it to that
I mean,
guy.
if it's that big of a difference, yeah, I agree with you. I'm just speaking like, if the stats are like clearly like kind of night and day-ish.
Yeah, if it's like a drastic thing, then that's something to talk about. I mean, I still kind of don't agree with that. But yeah, I think if it's close, you definitely got to give it to the 1 seed. But my pick for the MVP, a lot of you are going to be shocked, but it's Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson?
I have Jalen Brunson, bro. I think the Knicks are going to be a very good regular season team, so they're going to have the record. The record's going to be up there, and I think Jalen Brunson's going to actually have the stats and be more efficient. Jalen Brunson's already pretty efficient, But now he's actually going to have, another co-star, which is Cat, who he could rely on. And he's not going to have any responsibility on defense because they have defenders everywhere you turn. So he could just kind of focus on the offense. So his numbers are going to be there. And I think the Knicks are going to be a great NBA regular season team. So I got Jalen Brunson winning the MVP. All right, and then let's quickly run through this for the last 5 minutes. Rookie of the year, who do you have?
Zach Edey, personally. He's the starting center in Memphis. He's the only center in Memphis also. He got the size. He's going to put up the stats for sure. I mean, he's probably going to average a double-double more than likely with maybe like 2 to 3 blocks a game. Yeah, I think should be enough for him to win it.
Okay. So my rookie of the year is going to be, because, guys, you got to remember, these kind of things tend to lean towards names and stuff. So, you could go with the number 1 pick, the number 2 pick, the number 3 pick, whatever. So, I mean, I'll agree with you on this one. I'll say that it'd be Zach, but at the end of the day, it's not as clear cut as it is for MVP. Because they do factor in the record a little bit, but it also is about name. Like, if you go to 2003, right, like Melo technically had slightly better stats and his team had the better record. I think did they make the playoffs? No,
they did. No,
they did make the playoffs.
They did. That's why people were arguing Melo should have got it. Nah, statistically it was pretty close. LeBron had the slight edge on the stats, but because Denver made the playoffs, people were like, yeah, Melo should definitely win this. Then they're like, LeBron, then they're like, what?
Yeah, but LeBron won it because the name. Yeah, so the name definitely does play a factor, but I'll agree with you there, but stay tuned on that one. And then your defensive player of the year.
Victor Wembanyama. I mean, I think he should have won it last year anyways. They gave it to Rudy Gobert's overrated ass, bro.
Yeah, they gave it to Rudy Gobert.
Can y'all believe this guy has 4 defensive player of the years? I don't even think this guy can guard me.
Why, bro?
Like, Gobert, my honest take on Gobert is that he's an all-time great help defender. One-on-one, he can't defend anyone on the perimeter. Not even in the paint, he can't, bro. Like, literally, you got Jalen Brunson scored on him in the post, bro, where he's supposed to thrive, supposedly. Like, all he is an all-time great help defender. One-on-one, whether it's rim protecting or on the perimeter, he stinks. I think Wemby's going to get it this year, though. I mean, I think he should have won it last year, but, they wanted to give it to Rudy Gobert. I guess maybe it was because of the record. I don't know.
It's a factor. It's that, like I just said, it's definitely a factor.
Yeah, but I think Wemby will get it this time.
Yeah, so I put Wemby as well, but I also put a / Anthony Davis. Only because, JJ talked a lot about he wants to use, Davis in different ways on defense. So I wouldn't be shocked if it's a race between Davis and Wemby. And also, just keep in mind, Davis was a little disappointed last year that he wasn't a Defensive Player of the Year finalist. And so not even of the year, but just the finalist. He was kind of disappointed at that. So the voters are kind of looking at that. And if the Lakers have a good year, I wouldn't be surprised if he's in that conversation. And then last 2 here, guys. 6th man of the year.
I got Naz Reid taking it back to back. I mean, as of right now, at least, I don't know any better bench player in the NBA. I mean, so I'm just gonna say Naz Reid's going back to back for now.
Okay, so I have his new teammate.
Oh, Rob Dillingham?
No.
Wait, new teammate, DiVincenzo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yep.
Really?
Yep, I got Dante DiVincenzo winning 6th man of the year. I think coming off of his playoff, high, if you will, he definitely balled out during the playoffs. He looked good during the preseason. I think he's going to come off the bench and average, 15, 16 points a game. Like, I really do think he'll average that much. He's a great shooter. He's evolved his game, so now he could attack the basket. He's a feisty defender. There's nothing that he can't do. And he's a big-time shot maker, proven big-time shot maker. So I have Dante DiVincenzo as my 6th man of the year.
I wouldn't be shocked if he is a starter, though. Like, they might use him in the starting lineup. You never know. I mean, he is a 3-and-D guy. Like, that's really going to support Ant and the rest of them. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Right now, he's projected to come off the bench, but we'll keep an eye on that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is most improved player.
Scoot Henderson.
Oh my God, bro. Are you serious?
Scoot Henderson, yes, bro.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people this year. I mean, he had a pretty bad rookie season overall. He showed some flashes of potential at times. He has the tools to be a good player in my opinion. It's just about putting it all together. Yeah, I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people this year.
Wow. That's a shocker. Okay.
Who's yours?
Okay. Yeah, so my most improved player, this is gonna shock the world.
Okay.
Most improved player, guys. You heard it here first on the Just Keep Up podcast.
Okay.
Max Christie. Max Christie, I'm telling you, Max Christie is gonna be the most improved player of the year. That's not now. Because if you watch him play, if you watch the Lakers play at all this preseason, you clearly saw that he has a lot of energy. They want to use him in a lot of ways. He's was always a great defender, but now he actually has the instincts now, because there's a difference between being a great defender and having great instincts. Now both things are starting to come into play for him. He has long arms. He has like a 6'8" wingspan, and he's only 6'4", so that helps him a lot tremendously on defense. And then he's also a sniper, so I think he's gonna come off the bench. I remember last year he averaged like 3 points a game, I think. I think this year that can easily be bumped up to 11, 12 points, and that's an 8 to 9 point jump. So that's enough to get him most improved player of the year. I don't think anyone's going to make an 8 to 9 point jump this year that I could think of in the league. And so I think Max Christie's, I mean, JJ said it, he's going to be one of the first guys coming off the bench. So there's no reason why he can't, go up to, 10, 11 points a game. That's definitely doable if he's playing, 20 to 25 minutes a game, which he's going to play. I think that's for sure. He's going to go up from like 3 points to 11, 12, 13 points. And that's enough to win most improved player of the year.
I mean, do I expect him to improve? I do, but I don't think he's going to have the
You don't think he's
biggest.
going to average 10 points a game?
Maybe not, bro. I mean, he might just average 7, 8 points per game. And, I mean, not only that, bro, but realistically, I don't think he's going to have the biggest overall jump in the league, in my opinion. Like there's more guys than just Scoot Henderson who will have a bigger jump, in my opinion. Like, I think J-Dub is another guy who's going to have, like, a bigger jump. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if J-Dub, like, gets into, like, potential all-star conversations this season. Then there's also Chet Holmgren, who's another guy literally on his team that I think could have a bigger jump. I mean, Victor Wembanyama.
Nah, bro. None of these guys are jumping 9, 10 points. They're just not. It's just not happening. They're gonna jump, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, but no one's jumping 9, 10 points. Like usually, most improved, it has to be a guy that jumped from something to like 9, 10, 11 points more they're averaging. Typically, that's what you look for most improved. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy with my pick, bro. I'm happy with Max Christie. Yeah, you heard it here first, guys. Telling you, he's coming.
Okay. Well, I'm happy I'm on my pick as well. I love Scoot Henderson as a prospect, and he had a pretty bad rookie season, but I think he's gonna surprise people this year.
Yeah, and pretty bad is an understatement. But yeah, guys. So I want to move on. Let's cut the show off here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It was a big show. We talked about a lot of things. We went over our feature story, which was Drake Maye. We went over Seahawks, Niners, and then we went over all of our NBA season predictions. As you guys know, it's right around the corner. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the show. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Get us to impact and to reach as many people as possible. So guys, in about 10 minutes, we are going to do our debut on Rumble.
Yep. Well, episode debut.
Yeah, of course, bro. So, yeah, guys. So there it goes. Yep. Yeah, guys. So, definitely meet us over there, guys. Rumble.com. You're going to search rumble.com, and then you're going to search Just Keep Up Podcast. We're going to pop up. We have a great show. We're going to go over, the presidential campaign, one of their nominees. We're going to go over one of their vice presidents, who I call Fat Boy. And then we're going to get into the differences between the genders. So, guys, we have an amazing show prepared for you guys. So definitely go check it out. Yeah, and then you got anything else before we end the show?
Mm-mm.
All right, guys. Yeah, guys. So meet us over there, and then we'll be back to you guys on Monday for big show, guys. So we're gonna have a special guest, possibly 2 special guests on the show for Monday, and I'm not gonna leak it yet, but guys, we have probably the best episode ever prepared for you guys on Monday. You guys are going to love that show on Monday, so stay tuned. We're going to have 1 to 2 special guests. One is confirmed, one will reach out, but one is definitely confirmed to come. And we have the most heated topic we've ever discussed on YouTube. It's going to be the most heated topic, guys. So we're going to have a jam-packed episode for you guys Monday. So yeah, again, guys, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Otherwise, we'll see you guys on Monday. Yeah. All right, guys.
See you guys then.
Peace.